Rồi bây giờ là sáng ngày thứ hai, mọi người đã an vị ở trên chiếc xe bus rồi để tiếp tục cuộc hành trình.
Okay, I asked you all to go to the restroom because next stop will be after about 1 hour and 30 minutes more or less, because it is Monday morning and you understand there's a lot of traffic. After the weekend everything is back to normal and we're leaving the port of Lavrion. This is one of the many ports of Athens, okay, which is located in the south of Athens. Our direction, and you can borrow my map anytime if you want to follow where we're going. Our final destination this evening is Kalambaka. Kalambaka is the town where the monasteries of Meteora are, which we'll be visiting tomorrow because we arrived late. We arrive around 7 o'clock or something, okay? So what do we need to do today? Delphi. From Athens to Delphi is approximately 3 hours, maybe a little more with a stop, which means arriving in the area, we'll have lunch first because you had a very early breakfast, of course. Let me remind you that our lunches on the 4-day tour are not included, but you can request whatever you want. We go to a restaurant, you can have a salad, you can have pasta, you can have whatever you want. But I need to tell you that the places we go for lunch are local places with local specialties that they only make there, and it is definitely worth your while to try them. It's not something commercialized, you know, it is really good, the food. Keep this in mind. So what is Delphi? The only thing we know is that in Delphi they were training priestesses. When St. Paul was in Philippi, he exorcised the girl that was possessing the Delphic divination. This is the only connection we have. Why do we see Delphi? Because it is one of the most important ancient sites of the Greek antiquity. It is a huge site. It was an oracle where people from all over the world, not just the Greek world, from the world of antiquity would come to consult the priestess that they believed had a contact with the pagan god Apollo, the mythological god, to consult the people on all sorts of issues, like what? Matters of life and death, birth of children, alteration of seasons, crops, and the most important thing of Delphi was that Delphi did not segregate, did not differentiate. Everyone was welcome, slaves, men, women, children, rich, poor, kings, leaders of democracy, Greek people, foreigners, everyone. They were welcome in Delphi, and they had to do only 3 things. They had to purify themselves physically in the spring of Castalia that we'll see. They should sacrifice an animal that afterwards they would cook and they would all share together. And they should pay a tax, an amount of money, to support the oracle. Everyone paid, poor and rich, according to how much money they had. So Delphi was the unique oracle of antiquity, the pagan oracle. And we visit it because it is one of the most important ancient Greek monuments. So Delphi is in our agenda today after lunch. You don't have to climb all the way to the top because there were several layers of antiquities. And in the Museum of Delphi we have the famous statue of the charioteer, a statue bronze of a man on a chariot, which was found in the Stadium of Delphi. If you want to, by the time we get there, you can reconsider what you want to do. So today, and only today, is going to be our longest journey on the bus, because we have 3 hours, even more, until Delphi. And after our visit of Delphi, we have approximately 4 more hours until we get to Kalambaka today. Today and the last day that we return back to Athens will also be a little long day, but the last day will be always highway. But today After over 1 hour of drive, 1 hour and 30 minutes, we will turn inland, drive through the mountains, because Delphi is located at almost 3,600 feet, very high, surrounded by mountains. It's a beautiful landscape and it's up high. So we are in the county of Attica. This is where we are, which is the county of Athens, as we have explained. And we are driving west and north of Athens.
Alo Quyên chị ơi, sáng nay chúng ta theo như trong chương trình Hành Hương của chúng ta đó, có cái tụi em gửi ra từ ngay lúc đầu đó, thì chúng ta có đi qua cái thành phố này. Hôm nay là đi tới thành Delphi, buổi trưa thì tới đó, trưa tới đó rồi ăn trưa này kia, rồi chiều đi tiếp tới cái thành phố Kalabaka để coi sao. Ngày mai chúng ta mới đi thăm cái thành phố đó. Delphi không phải là một cái hải đảo như là Patmos hay là Mykonos và Santorini mà chúng ta đi qua rồi. Theo huyền thoại thì trước đây Delphi được gọi là Python, nơi là cái ngai tòa đền thánh của nữ tiên tri tư tế Pythia. Người Hy Lạp hồi xưa đó coi Delphi này là một trung tâm của thế giới, được ghi dấu bởi lâu đài tưởng niệm Omphalos, có nghĩa là cái rốn. Tuy nhiên theo từ điển Bách khoa Suda thời đế quốc Roma Byzantine thì tên Delphi từ Delphi, một con rắn đã từng sống ở đó và đã bị giết chết bởi thần Apollo. Không nghe gì hết à? Em bỏ sát vô tay được nha. Ok, nghe chưa? Để em đọc lại nha. Không cần đâu, phải không? Ok, thì trưa nay chúng ta sẽ đi thăm cái, tại vì trên đường chúng ta đi Kalabaka đó, thì trưa nay sẽ ghé thành Delphi mà. Delphi không phải là một cái hải đảo như Patmos hay là Mykonos hay là Santorini, mà theo huyền thoại đó, thì trước đây Delphi được gọi là Python, nơi là ngai tòa linh thánh của nữ tiên tri tư tế Pythia. Người Hy Lạp hồi xưa đó coi Delphi này là một cái trung tâm của thế giới, được ghi dấu bởi lâu đài tưởng niệm Omphalos, có nghĩa là cái rốn. Tại vì họ coi họ là trung tâm của thế giới, là từ cái rốn của vũ trụ là phải rồi. Tuy nhiên theo từ điển Bách khoa thì Suda thời đế quốc Roma Byzantine thì tên Delphi là từ Delphi, một con rắn đã từng sống ở đó và bị giết chết bởi thần Apollo. Vùng đất linh thiêng của thời này đã được UNESCO, đó là cái
di sản thế giới
của những di tích lịch sử của thế giới, công nhận là một trong những gia sản của thế giới. Như vậy là khá lắm rồi đó, mình nên đi. Ok, thì trong chương trình là chúng ta có cái này chứ không phải là bây giờ chúng ta không còn trên tàu nữa. Hôm qua cái thành phố Santorini là trong chương trình chúng ta đi. Vẫn biết là cái chương trình chúng ta đi Hành Hương thì chúng em focus đi theo con đường Thánh Phaolô đi thì có, nhưng mà chả lẽ mình sang đây mình chỉ đi được có nhiêu đó thì chỉ cần 2 ngày là xong rồi, đi luôn đi
Or why would they say that Delphi was the navel of the earth? Because according to the Greek mythology, Zeus, the father of all the ancient Greek gods in the pagan times, let two eagles free. The eagle was the symbol of Zeus, and this is where the idea from the eagle as imperialism comes. So they say, because we have the royal eagle in Delphi, Zeus set two eagles free. The eagles went around the world, and the place they met again was Delphi. This is why Delphi was considered to be the center of the world, or the navel of the earth. And in the Museum of Delphi, there is an object, a round object, that looks like a beehive with a sculptural net that the ancient Greeks created. So we need to understand that the people seeing these two strangers, and especially St. Paul that spoke the language Greek, because the island of Cyprus, even though it is independent from Greece, they speak Greek. It has Greek culture. So seeing this stranger that was healing, and he would recover, and he would exorcise, they thought that Barnabas and St. Paul were gods. And it comes to make us understand that these people who were Gentiles, who were pagans, they thought that these two men came from Mount Olympus, where the pagan gods of Greece lived, and they mingled with the people, and they rewarded them or they punished them according to how the life of the people was. So you realize the obstacles and the problems that St. Paul had coming to a foreign country. And even though he spoke the language, he was always misinterpreted as a god. Why? Because he would perform miracles, because he would exorcise, because he was bitten by snakes and he would heal. So the first missionary journey was on the island of Cyprus first, and then in Asia Minor, like in Lystra, Derbe, Iconium. Iconium, which is in Turkey, is very close to Syria. And when we say Syria, we always think of Antioch, yes? Because remember, when we were in Corinth, we said that always the starting point of the apostle will be Antioch. Even though he was born in Tarsus, in a small town, and he was exposed to a Greco-Roman culture, because first it was Greek and then Roman, nevertheless, Antioch would always be his starting point and his return point. So the apostle always started from Asia Minor, which at the time, it was not Turkey. Remember we said, Turkey became Turkey, and probably your Turkish guide must have mentioned this. They were celebrating this year 100 years from declaring Turkey a republic, a secular country. But Turkey as a country with the sultans did not exist until the middle of the 15th century. Why so? Because that was the time that the Turkish people that came from the steppes, from the north, from Mongolia, because they were originally Mongolians, they conquered Byzantium. What was Byzantium that we heard the word before? The longest Christian empire in the world. Byzantium was founded as Byzantium by Constantine the Great, the beginning of the 4th century after Christ, when he declared Christianity the official religion of the empire with the Edict of Milan, northern Italy. And the Greeks continued Byzantium because the Greek language and the Greek culture prevailed in that world and took over the Roman origin under, of course, Christianity. So the Greeks, as Orthodox, think they are the continuation of the Byzantine world, which lasted 11 centuries, from the 4th century AD until the middle of the 15th, in other words, until it was attacked and occupied by the Turks. So for the great part, what is now Turkey was originally Byzantium. So Turkey, ladies and gentlemen, as you know already from your visit in Ephesus, has Greek antiquities, Roman antiquities, and Christian Byzantine monuments, and of course the Turkish element, which is the mosques.
Oh, sorry.
Because the great people usually don't live in homes more than 1,500 square feet. We are surrounded by 3 mountain ranges. Parnassus on our right, Helicon on our left, and Helicon reaches 6,000 feet. It is lower. And there is one more mountain on the other side which we're going to see, and that is Mountain Giona. So we're actually on a high altitude. Arachova and Delphi are the most famous villages in the area, and what is famous about them is that they have very good food. They have tremendous cheeses, they have tremendous pasta, they have very good wine if you are into wine, and there's a lot of hunting going on in the area. So there's a lot of different kind of meats that they eat. They have boar, they have deer, of course they have pork, they have beef, they have chicken, and most of these homes have very spacious room because hotels are not enough, and people that come and they don't have a home here, they cannot afford to buy or rent a big home, so they only rent rooms. So the rooms are all equipped with fireplaces. Because remember we said here in the winter time, temperature drops below 0. What you can see is, look at the rugs, not like the Turkish rugs, which are very famous and expensive. These are much more economical, but they also have a lot of fur rugs. Fur because we work the wolf and the fox. We have wolves and foxes in the area. So they work the furs, and the rest of the furs we import. They work them, and they have tremendous fur coats. And fur industry is an industry which is very famous in Greece. Look, these trees are known as Chinaberry trees. And look down below, we have more homes down in the valley. A lot of these people, the cars that you see, they are not people that live here all year round, but they have come for the long weekend, and a lot of them do not return Sunday, but they return Monday. This is the grade school on our left. And we are driving through the villages. Remember we said most of the mountainous villages are this style. Very narrow streets and steps like here on the right. Oops.
Xe nhỏ ra nhưng mà có vẻ
Πώς θα περάσει από εκεί, ρε? Δεν είναι καλά αυτό.
Πώς θα περάσει?
Δεν μπορεί να περάσει.
Εμένα μου λες.
Ông ra nó sang lúc trưa đó.
Claro, io non devo vedere, ma sarà dello squadra. Sto bellissimo la
Wow, that's amazing.
Ti vede più o meno la bellezza. Oppure lì con
Không, ông nó video ông nào trong có. Bên cạnh cái sạch rất là còn cái xe kia nó nhiều cái làm gì
sau về mình đi chứ có điều là không ai đi được, mình ra khỏi cái này mình nó không đầu nó xong đó không ngạc nhiên phải sao là làm cái gì cũng đỡ Giờ mấy cái đèo nào nó đâu đi đâu, nó đâm xuyên con núi rồi.
Look how many homes are empty or unfinished way up ahead of us. And these unfortunately are the homes that were stopped in construction because the people had no money. You understand? This became a very expensive area. Arachova and Delphi, which are the prettiest villages. You will see Delphi, of course, because we are going to Delphi after our lunch for the visit. We are already in the area of Delphi. And because the prices went up tremendously, the people who had given a down payment to buy these homes for their weekend or in the winter for Christmas, which is a beautiful area, snow-covered, then the homes remained unfinished because they did not have money to finish them. So this is the situation, unfortunately, now. And because it is still under reformation economically, these buildings are remain pending. Either the realtor went out of business, or the engineer, or simply the people lost their money. They lost the down payment to the bank, and also they lost their money to finish the building. Exactly across in front of us, in between Mountain Parnassus on the right and Mountain Helicon on the left, there is the third mountain across, in between. The third mountain is called Chiona, G-H-I-O-N-A, and it is considered by the locals the twin sister of Mountain Parnassus. The only mountain of these three that has installations for winter sports, it's only Mountain Parnassus, only the one on the right. After we visit Delphi, on our way to Lamia, which is in central Greece, and then from Lamia to Kamambaka, we will be driving through Mountain Parnassus. Mountain Parnassus is full of green marble, which is one of the finest qualities of marble that we use. And remember, we said marble is not that expensive in Greece. So a lot of people prefer to dress their homes with marble. It could be red, it could be green marble, it could be white, it could be black, it could be beige. Then wood, because wood is very expensive because we do not have enough forests. So also Mountain Parnassus has bauxite. What is bauxite? Bauxite is a material which is necessary.
Trama toda la foto buco. Trama son camera. Do you like to eat something? Excuse me. Hello. Do you like? I'm fine with you.
Yes. Here with us, all right? Thank you.
Đây là bàn của thượng khách đấy, quý cụ và quý cha.
Cha là con cháu lắm mà. Cha con trẻ, cha con mới mình lúc đấy à.
Chưa. Sao ăn đồ ăn được không? Sao quay lại hả? Quay lại hả? Quay lại hả? Rồi quay lại. Rồi sẵn sàng chưa?
Em tưởng anh chụp thôi, sorry anh Việt.
Chụp rồi. Đồ ăn được không?
Lo đi ăn.
Bởi vì gọi đi rồi bắt rồi thì ai đâu. Chứ không gọi đi về thì lại đâu. Chính vì vậy khi mà gọi về thì bắt đầu
Wait, it wasn't 60 seconds.
Con vợ bỏ.
Tại nó không
Chị Kim Oanh nó chết chứ.
Càng cổ kính là nó càng mắc tiền. Mình nhìn như vậy. Mắc lắm.
để rồi em đã cái này
Là con mua để em ngồi vườn á cha. Nó đẹp lắm. Nó càng cổ kính mà nó càng lên cái này nè chị.
Thầy ơi, chị cứ ra ơi.
Đó. Càng như vậy. Càng cái giá trị.
Thấy không? Nó to rồi.